Hey, you lazy bum! Did you wipe down the banisters like I asked you to? Because the last time I looked at them, they were filthy and covered in cobwebs.
Wait, what? Since when do you care about anything like that?
What are you talking about? Of course I care about that! I have to live in this house with you. The least you could do is keep it clean. Is that really so hard to understand?
I really don't get where any of this is coming from. This seems like such a tiny thing to get upset over, Daniel.
Don't you try and tell me what is and isn't worth getting upset over, Carmen. I've always cared about how dusty our home is.
Well, if you really care that much, then why don't you try cleaning it yourself sometime? Because you seem to be making a huge deal out of something that you aren't willing to do yourself.
How dare you talk to me like that? You're the wife, so it's your job to clean the house. It's just that simple.
Did you really just say that? I don't even know how to respond to that. Besides, it isn't like I'm a housewife who sits at home all day. You do know that I work a full-time job too, don't you?
I thought I told you not to talk back to me, woman. You're the wife. You do the cleaning. That is that. Besides, I'm way too tired after coming home from work to do anything like that. You know that I'm always working later than you are. So you should be able to handle the cleaning.
You think that just because you come home later than I do that it means you work harder than me? I'm not buying it. But I will say that the both of us could do a better job of keeping the house clean. That's for sure.
No, you could. It is all your fault that the house is in the state that it is. Now, I want you to give the entire house a good cleaning, or else I'll divorce you. What do you think about that?
I mean, this is the millionth time that you've said you're going to do that. Why not put your money where your mouth is?
You really want to try and play this game with me, Carmen? You'll regret it. You really think you're going to have a future if I leave you? I'm going to give you a chance to save yourself here.
Actually, I think if anyone is going to be in trouble if we got divorced, it's going to be you.
You wish. I don't need you, but I know that you need me. Alright, that reminds me. Did you make the arrangements for our anniversary next month?
Sorry, what is this that you're talking about all of a sudden?
Our anniversary, woman! Did you know that you were going to cook for me? Have you gotten a nice bottle of wine? Have you done anything for it? You better make it perfect for me, or else.
Hold on a sec. If it's the woman's job to take care of the house, then surely we can agree that it's the man's job to plan date night. Or do you just think that you can get me to do all the dirty work that you don't want to?
You don't even keep the house clean, so I don't know why you think you get to talk to me like that now. Just go make some reservation at a restaurant or something, and quit arguing with me!
You really need to check yourself before you take things too far. I have my limits, you know. And right now, I feel like you're just being a total jerk to me for no good reason.
I'm not being a jerk. I'm just telling you that you need to do your fair share of work around here. Just remember that no one is going to want you if we get divorced. You're all washed up, and you'll die alone if I leave you. Is that what you want?
I really think you need to calm down and not talk to me like that, Daniel.
What did I tell you about talking back to me, huh? Just shut up and do as I say. I don't have time to handle all your petty little requests. I have important things to do with my life.
You really are just pathetic, you know that? I mean, you're just so prideful that you can't even admit when you're taking things too far. But all you're doing is stressing yourself out like this for no good reason.
The only thing stressing me out in life is you, Carmen. You're the source of all my problems. Anyways, if you'll excuse me, I have to get up early, so I'm going to bed now. And when I wake up, the whole house better be spotless. Got it?
Yeah, sure. Whatever you say.
And make sure that you keep quiet the whole time that you're cleaning. If you wake me up while you're doing it, there is going to be serious hell to pay.
Man, you're annoying.
Well, Carmen, I think I've taken enough pictures to serve as proof in court in case anything happens.
Really? You think it's enough? Thank you so much, Brad. You're a lifesaver.
No, you're all good. It's my job after all.
All right, I forget that sometimes. Well then, how much do I owe you for all the work you've been doing for me?
Oh, come on, we're siblings. I'm not gonna charge you for this. There's no way that I could take money from my family.
Now, Brad, come on. Don't be like that. I hired you as my private investigator, and I want to see that you get paid for your time.
Okay then, consider this a free trial period. And if you ever need to call my services again, I'll charge you for that job. How does that sound?
Okay, well, at least let me buy you dinner. I mean, you've just done so much for me. I feel like I need to do something for you.
Actually, I have been craving Italian food now that you've mentioned it. By the way, I really don't want you to freak out about this, but Daniel and this other woman have started meeting at your house.
You mean the house where Daniel and I live? He's been taking this woman in our house?
That's right. Up until now, they have been meeting outside the house. But about a week ago, he brought her to your house.
I don't believe it. How could he do that?
I'm just curious if you didn't see anything out of place or odd in the past week since that happened.
I don't really know. I wasn't looking for anything, so I probably didn't notice anything.
I see. Well, at least that means they're being careful enough not to leave any huge signs of what they're doing.
Although, now that you mention it, I guess there were some handprints on the dust on the handrail that weren't there before. I kind of noticed them, but thought it could have been anything, really. Although now I wonder if we wouldn't be able to get this woman's fingerprints off something in the house.
Well, either way, we have enough evidence to make Daniel pay for what he's doing. If you want, I know of a good divorce lawyer that we can hand this evidence to. Plus, you'll get a discount since you're being referred to him by me.
Oh, Brad, I really just don't know what I would do without you. You've already done so much.
It really isn't a problem. Things have been kind of slow for me, so I had plenty of time to work on your case. Besides, I think my job is really fun, so it's not like it was a chore for me.
Well, okay then. I guess I'll reach out to you when I decide how I want to proceed next.
Got it. Sounds good. I'll send you the photos that I took that would work best to show a lawyer. By the way, I hope this is okay for me to ask, but why have you two been together for the past 10 years?
No, it's okay. I understand why you would want to know something like that. The thing is that Daniel wasn't always like this, but over the years he got meaner and more bitter. And now I just can't stand to be around him.
No, I think that makes sense. Anyways, just please let me know if there's anything else I can do for you, okay?
Of course. Thanks again for everything, Brad.
What the heck is this cheapo restaurant that you're trying to take me to? This is our 10th anniversary and you pick some steakhouse?
But I thought that you really liked steak.
I do, but I can eat here anytime if I wanted. This is supposed to be a special day, and you're ruining it by being a cheapskate. I can't believe that you're trying to do this to me on my anniversary.
But this place is really nice. I had to call weeks in advance to get a table for us. I hear that even celebrities are kept on the wait list here. It's supposed to be pretty exclusive.
I don't care about what some rich, snooty jerks are lining up to eat. I wanted you to show that you really care for me by making reservation at somewhere nice.
Well, I was going to do something like that, but I remembered a few years ago when I made reservations at a nice French place. You said that if you wanted to eat frogs, you would go down to the pond and catch them yourself.
Well, that's because French food isn't even that good. You really think I wanted to eat that slop?
I just don't understand what's gotten into you, Daniel. Why do you always act this way towards me?
Because you are constantly letting me down. All the time! And now, 10 years of my life have been sent down the drain because of you.
Okay then, tell me, Daniel. Where would you have preferred that I made reservations at for our anniversary, huh?
I would want to be in a place where they have a view of the city, and we could drink champagne. Something classy like that.
Well, the steakhouse that we're going to does have a terrace.
I don't want a terrace. I want to be high above everyone else, looking down on them. You really have some nerve trying to pretend like tonight is salvageable.
I'm allowed to speak for myself, you know.
Yeah, you're allowed to. But if you do, I'll divorce you, remember? Is that how you want to spend our 10th anniversary? Signing divorce papers?
Well, it's a good thing that I've already sent the paperwork out to be filed.
And just what is that supposed to mean?
I mean that this isn't an anniversary dinner. It's a divorce dinner. So let's celebrate! I hope you enjoy your steak!
I have no idea what you're talking about. Have you gone crazy or something? What do you mean that you sent the paperwork out?
I mean that you were always waving those divorce papers that you signed and told me that they were ready for me to give in at any time. So I took them, signed them, and sent them off to be processed.
Wait, hold on a second. You mean that you're really divorcing me? What's the matter with you? Why would you do that?
Why would I do that? You're the one that's always talking about it. Literally, every little thing I do, you threaten to leave me. Well, I realized that you didn't have the guts to go through with it. So I took things into my own hand.
But you didn't even decide this with me. That isn't fair!
Didn't I? Because you already had your portion of the papers signed. You clearly were already prepared for it. All I did was sign my half and send them off. So tell me, was it all just talk and empty threats? Or did you mean what you were saying to me?
Well, I didn't mean it like this!
Well, sometimes life is funny like that. But I guess it still finds a way.
But then, what's going to happen to the house?
Oh, don't worry about that. I've already found a new place to live. I've already picked up the key for it and everything. So I'll be sleeping there from now on.
But what am I supposed to do, Carmen?
I really don't care one bit what you do. You're nothing to me now. Figure out your own life and leave me alone. You're more than welcome to stay in the house that we have now. I'm sure there's no reason why you wouldn't be able to stay there just because I'm gone.
But that's not quite true.
Don't tell me that you're not going to be able to afford to live there. That can't be right. You work so much harder than I do, don't you? Isn't that what you're always saying?
Don't you make fun of me. You're right. I don't need you. I'll just be fine on my own.
Okay then. Shall we just go to dinner and have that be our last goodbye?
Let's do it, but don't think that you're going to be able to change my mind about this, Carmen. I see that you even cleaned the house. Is this supposed to be your way of telling me you really don't want to do this?
What in the world are you talking about, Daniel?
I mean, all that talk of moving to a new place. You meant that you got a new place for you and I to live together, right?
Are you stupid or something? I just told you that we're divorced now. Why in the world do you think I want you to come and live with me in my new place?
Look, maybe we both said things that we regret. Why don't we just calm down and talk this out over dinner? And then we can figure out what to do next.
I'm very calm already, thank you very much. If you're feeling regret over what we just talked about, though, then good. I hope you do regret that way that you treated me. I'm just grateful that we don't have any children, because that would make this whole thing that much more complicated.
But, you mean, you're really going to leave me?
Of course I'm going to leave, but don't act so sad. It isn't like you don't have another woman.
What is that supposed to mean?
I know that you've been having an affair behind my back for at least a few months now. And that's why you've been arriving even later from work now. Isn't that right? I know it all. So please, don't try to lie to me about this.
But do you even have any proof of this? You don't even know what you're talking about.
Oh, I have plenty of proof. Let me send you some pictures.
But how did you get all this?
I already told you that I know the truth and that you shouldn't try to lie to me. I even know that you brought her into our home, Daniel. She left her fingerprints all over our dusty banister to boot, too.
No, wait. You don't understand. This was for work.
And just what does this have to do with your job?
Well, this woman she works for me. She said that she couldn't concentrate at the office and needed a quiet place to work.
Oh, I get it now. And that's why you've been going to hotels with this girl, too. All to work remotely?
Yes, that's right. We just couldn't focus at the office is the thing.
Right. I see. Well, how about you tell that to the judge? I'm so sure that he'll agree with you right away when he hears all of that.
The judge? What is that supposed to mean?
Well, we're getting divorced, which means that you should start looking for a lawyer first of all. And the judge is going to be for when I sue you for cheating on me. I'm going to take so much from you, and you're not going to get a cent from me.
Wait, hold on. You mean that you already found a lawyer for this?
That's right. My brother has some connections and introduced me. In fact, he was the one who followed you around and got all those pictures, too.
Wait a second. Your brother did all that? And since when did he become a PI? Whatever, I don't care anymore.
So now you're back to not caring if we split up again.
That's right, I don't need you. I have this other woman, and I'll pay whatever it takes to get you out of my hair.
You really think that you'll be able to pay me all those legal fees without a job?
No job? Just what in the world are you talking about now?
Well, when Brad was following you around and looking into your affair, he found out that you were using company funds to take out this little girlfriend of yours.
He looked that deep into what I was doing?
He's a legit PI who takes his job seriously. He knows the kind of proof that is going to work best, and works hard to find it. He took those receipts and sent them to your office, so even they know what you've been doing now.
You're kidding me. This can't be happening right now! You can't do this to me!
Yeah, at this rate, I don't know if this girl is even going to want to stay with you anymore. I mean, isn't she a temp at your office? Don't you think there's something messed up about a man your age making moves on someone that young and beneath you in the office? I really don't think it's a good look for you, at all.
Oh crap, this is bad. This is really, really bad. How did it come to this? This isn't how things were supposed to happen! I thought I had everything planned out perfectly. Now my life is falling apart around me!
I know what you mean. I can't believe that I wasted the last 10 years of my life with you. But I can't wait to start over without you. You've done nothing but put me down and make my life hell. I thought if I just went along with it and showed that I really cared that you might calm down and we could be happy again. I waited, and waited, and waited for the sweet man that I fell in love with to come back. But it's obvious to me now that there was never that sweet man. And even if one day you were the man that I always hoped you were, you're certainly not him now, nor will you ever be again.
Wait! No, please! You have to help me!
After that, Daniel called his office and tried to explain everything and apologize for what he had done. But they had already gotten the proof that Brad collected and served him with a fine for all of the company's money that he spent. It turned out to be quite a hefty sum, too. On top of that, Daniel also had to pay the legal fees served to him for my lawsuit and alimony. He was left with no other choice but to take out huge loans. After that, his girlfriend wanted nothing to do with him at all. So, Daniel had no wife, no girlfriend, no job, and soon had no home, too. He tried calling me and begging for help, but I blocked him right away. If he wants to fix his life, then it is up to him. As for me, it's weird being single again after 10 years, but I'm finding my footing and taking my time seeing new people. More than anything, however, I'm focusing on myself and trying to rediscover who I am after being in such a long relationship. I do feel some societal pressure to get married quickly, even though I just ended mine. But I realize that that pressure doesn't need to control me anymore. It's important to live a life that I'm satisfied with. For now, I am waiting for the right person to come along. Some people may say that it isn't going to happen unless I go out looking, but after what I've been through, I don't mind if I need to take a little extra time. After the divorce, I took my brother out for Italian as promised, and thanked him so much for all his help. We discussed a bit more about what he does for a living, and I have to admit that I was just fascinated by it. I became so interested in it that even though I already had found a job, I offered to help Brad on any cases that he might need extra hands for. The world of private investigating is quite thrilling, and it is also helping me greatly in moving on from my past.
Regina, are you there? I was wondering if you wouldn't mind helping out with some grocery shopping tomorrow. I imagine that you're free tomorrow, right? So please come over at the usual time to help me. I'm going to be buying some food today, but I also need some toilet bowl cleaner, as well as toilet paper. Hello, Diane. I'm sorry to say this, but I can't go out and do your shopping anymore. What are you talking about? You know that my legs aren't doing so well, and that I can't go out and shop by myself anymore. If you don't do all my shopping for me at least once a week, then how am I supposed to get the things I need to live? Quit being so selfish and just do what I say. Did you really just call me that? If that's really how you feel, I think that maybe you should go check yourself into a hospital. How many times have I told you? Aside from my legs, I'm perfectly healthy, and there's no need for me to go see anyone. Hello, Diane. I'm sorry that I had to disappear in the middle of our conversation. I was getting the bandages around my head replaced and put my phone down to do it. Bandages on your head? What happened? Did you get hurt or something recently? I can certainly see banging your head into something, since you're such a klutz. I actually received this injury from you today, Diane. I told you that I wasn't really feeling well, but you forced me to go to your family reunion. I couldn't even participate in anything. You just made me cook all the food and serve it to everyone. Then, right when I thought it was done, you came up from behind and hit me in the head with a pot. The only reason I hit you was because I caught you sitting and I needed to teach you a lesson. You needed to learn that you don't get to rest until every single one of your guests has gone home. That I had already done so much for you, and all while feeling bad, and besides, they weren't even my guests, they were yours. All I wanted was to get off my feet for a little bit, but I wasn't even sitting 1 minute before you showed up. Then you started saying all these horrible things, like just because I send money to you every month doesn't mean I can laze around, and that your daughter works so much harder than I do, and then you smacked me upside the head. Oh, please, don't be such a baby. I barely even hit you that hard. Are you kidding me? There was blood coming out of my head. I don't know why you always treat me like this. Ever since your husband died, I've been waiting on you hand and foot. Even sending you money every month to help cover all your expenses. I feel like I do every little thing that you ask of me. I know that your daughter got married and moved away, so it's hard to count on them for much help. And I'm not expecting them to make the trip down for everything you need either. But I just don't get why you had to compare me to your daughter when I was the one there actually helping you. And on top of that, on top of all the help and support I gave you, getting hit in the head is all I get in return. You must really think you're the center of the universe or something, don't you? You married my oldest son, so of course you are always going to be helping me with whatever I need. And you keep going on and on about the money you send, but it's only $2,500 a month. And you're telling me that isn't enough for you? I know damn well that my son works his butt off at his job, and then he makes more than enough for the both of you. And yet you insisted on keeping your job even though you knew it meant that you would be spending less time helping me. You sending me that money was a way to help make up for ignoring your responsibilities towards me, and it barely covers that. I'm sorry, but I think that money is more than enough for you to live off of, Diane. It's enough for me to get by on, and if I never want to do anything fancy for the rest of my life. Look, I'm about to go to the hospital to get all of this looked at, and I just want you to know that I will be charging you for my medical bills. Excuse me? Is that supposed to be some kind of joke or something? You really need to get off your high horse if you think that this is how you get to treat people for a measly $2,500 a month. I should have hit you harder in the head. Then maybe you would have finally come to your senses. You'll never make me pay for your hospital bills. Okay, fine then. If that's really how you want to play it, then I'll just stop sending you money entirely. Why don't you just go ahead and try it? Just remember that to me, that's all you're good for, and if you stop paying me, I will make my son leave you.
Hey, Regina, where are you right now? I just got home and no one else was there. I'm starting to get worried. All the lights were off and everything. Did something happen?
Oh, Ben, I'm really sorry. I've been so busy that I haven't been able to reach out to you all day. I'm actually just about to leave the hospital right now.
Wait, the hospital? What were you doing there? Did you get hurt?
Well, your mom hit me in the head with a cooking pot. And she hit me right in the lip of the pot, so I was bleeding from the wound a little bit and went to go get examined. Thankfully, the doctor said that it wasn't as bad as it could have been, and there's no brain damage or anything.
I'm sorry, back up. Did you say that your mom hit you in the head with a cooking pot? Why were you even with my mom in the first place? I thought you said that you weren't feeling well and that you weren't gonna go to my mom's family party thing. You even told me that she said she was fine if you didn't go.
I know I said that, but then she showed up to our place ringing the doorbell and wouldn't leave until I went with her. She was making such a racket, and I just wanted to get her away before any neighbors noticed.
What is the matter with her? Why would she do something like that? I'm so sorry this happened, Regina. I should have been more strict with my mom about this kind of thing. And I wasn't, and now you got hurt as a result of my not wanting to stand up to my mom.
Thank you so much, Ben. But please don't blame yourself for any of this. I'll let you know once I'm done here, okay?
Yes, please let me know, and tell me if there's anything I can do for you.
Hey Ben, I'm all done, and I think I've been cleared to go home. Would you mind coming to pick me up?
Of course, I'll be right there. And then I think that I'm going to have a long talk with my mom. There is no way I'm going to sit back and do nothing now that something like this has happened.
I really don't think you need to do that, Ben.
What do you mean? You don't want me to talk to my mom about this?
No, it's not that. I just really don't think that your mom is going to listen to anything we try and say to her. Besides, there's something else.
Something else? What do you mean by that?
I mean that today, while I was at the hospital, I found out that I'm pregnant.
Wait, really? Are you serious?
Yeah, they did a full-body physical on me and finally used the sonogram and found out. That's why it took me so long to get checked out. But now I'm so grateful that at least I didn't fall on the floor after your mom hit me. Things could have turned out much, much worse. Especially for this baby I have inside of me. But anyways, for the time being, I really just don't want to see your mom at all. I don't know if she's going to try to hurt me again.
I understand that, but I don't think that we can just cut off my mom like it's nothing. If anything, trying to do so might just aggravate her more.
So you're still not quite ready to stop talking to your mom entirely then? Even after this?
I know what you're probably thinking about me. Even I'm wondering if this wouldn't have happened if I did something like that sooner.
No, I understand it's asking a lot of you to stop talking to your mom. But I have another idea if you'd like to listen to it. Hey, Regina, just what the heck is going on here, huh? I thought I told you to go out and do my shopping yesterday. Why isn't it done? Good morning, Diane. I wasn't able to do your shopping yesterday because, as I told you, I was in the hospital. They kept me there late because they wanted to make sure I didn't have any permanent head damage. I knew I didn't hit you hard enough. If I did, you wouldn't still be making excuses about why you don't want to help out your poor mother-in-law. But at this rate, I'm going to starve. Is that what you want? Honestly, I don't think it would really bother me if you did. Excuse me? What did you just say? How dare you say something like that to a poor old woman like me? You're nothing but a rotten, mean person. Listen, Diane, I'm not trying to be rude here, but you do have a daughter of your own. In fact, she was there at your little family get-together yesterday. So much of your family was. And yet I was the one who did all of the cooking and serving. Why didn't you ask anyone else for help? Because they were all my guests, and I was hosting them, of course. I understand that, but everyone there was family, and I don't get why it would have been so bad to ask for help. Instead, you just put all the work on me and then went to socialize. In fact, not only did I have to cook and serve everyone, but your daughter even gave me her child to look after. And just what's wrong with that, huh? Don't you realize how busy she is raising her kids all the time? The least you could have done for her was take her kids off her hands for a while and give her a break. I can't believe that all you ever do is complain. Do you enjoy being the way you are?
Regina, are you there? I just want to let you know that I went to the town hall and picked up those documents. It was a bit of a hassle, but I think we got all the paperwork we need. How are you feeling, by the way? You're not straining yourself at all, right? I'll take care of everything at home, so don't worry about that.
Hey there, Ben. Yes, I feel a lot better and more relaxed now. I think all I needed was a few hours to lie around in bed.
So you really don't think you have to go back to the hospital for anything?
I think it's for the best that I don't go. If your mom ever found out that I was there, I wouldn't have anywhere to run. Although I did lie to her about still being in the hospital.
That's probably a good idea. If she knew where you really were, she would probably come over and try to talk to you face to face.
Ben, I just want to check with you one last time. Are you sure about going along with my plan? You know that after this, you're probably never going to speak to your mom again.
I know, but if it's what I have to do to protect you and our child, then I'll do it. I wasn't able to protect you from my mom yesterday, but I won't make that same mistake again. By the way, you remember my dad, don't you?
Yeah, I remember that him and your mom split up, and then your mom got remarried, right?
That's right, although it wasn't like they divorced because they disliked each other or anything. My mom actually cheated on my dad.
Wait, what? I had no idea about that.
I know, I should have said something earlier, but I was just so embarrassed about it. I'm sorry that I wasn't more upfront about any of that with you.
Ben, you don't have anything to apologize for. I never really ask about your mom anyways, and you don't need to tell me all your family's secrets anyways.
Thank you so much for understanding, Regina. But anyway, after the divorce, my mom fought really hard to keep custody of us, and that's why we didn't end up going with our dad. But I never got along with my mom's new husband, and only tolerated him because my mom liked him so much. But he was a really strict man who wasn't afraid to punish my sister and I harshly if we acted up. Finally, I just gave up and decided to just accept whatever came my way because it was easier than fighting.
You've been through so much, Ben. I just hope you don't blame yourself for any of it.
I'm not sure, but at least I know that with you, I really feel like I can be myself. And the reason I say all of this is so that you know why it's so difficult for me to leave my mom. You see, not longer before you and I got married, my mom's second husband died. I remember that she was just crushed at the funeral. I'd never seen her so distraught and finally despondent. I couldn't bear the thought of turning my back on her. Even when she asked us to start sending her money every month, I felt that it was okay since she worked so hard to raise us.
Well, you were putting in most of the money that we were sending to her.
But of course I would. I'm her son and she came to me to ask for it. But I can't forgive her this time after what she did for you. So I'm gonna do what it takes and protect you and our child from her from here on out. In fact, I think I knew that I would come to this decision the moment you said you were pregnant. I would do anything for you both. Thank you for showing me that, Regina.
Hey, Regina! How come you haven't sent me any money this month? I thought I told you that if you stopped paying me, that would be the end of your marriage to my son. I'm afraid that threat isn't going to work on me, Diane. Ben and I are already divorced. Wait, what? What do you mean by that? Are you really so surprised about that? You said that if I stopped sending you money, that you would force Ben and I to get a divorce. Well, I decided that I didn't feel like paying you anymore, so I saved you the trouble and divorced Ben myself. You really are an idiot, you know. I must have done more damage to your head than I realized. But now that you've left Ben, you do realize that no one will ever want to marry you ever again, right? I mean, who would want a woman who couldn't even hold her first husband down? You're going to spend the rest of your life lonely and miserable. But I'll be kind and spare you that fate just this once. I'll let you marry my son again if you start sending me the money. Except this time, I want 3,000 every month. Now go ahead and thank me and tell me how grateful you are for this chance. Diane, I think there's some kind of mistake here. Because I've already gotten married. Wait, what? You divorced my son and have already found someone else? Does that mean you were cheating on Ben this whole time? Cheating? No, I would never do that. I'm not you, after all. I got remarried to Ben. What's going on here? Is this some kind of stupid game you're trying to play? So then you two never really got divorced and nothing really changed at all? No, you still don't get it. We got married, and this time Ben took my last name. Okay, well now I know that you must be joking. Why would my son want to throw away his family name for yours? Well, that would be because Ben never wants to speak with you ever again. That's a lie too. My Ben would never say something like that. Benjamin, you have got some explaining to do, young man. What is this business I hear about you taking your wife's last name? Please tell me that you didn't really.
No, it's no mistake at all. You've already done all the paperwork, so it's official. I have Regina's last name now.
Oh, you little ingrate. Well, go and reverse it right now. Or do all the years I spent raising you just mean nothing?
I know that you worked hard to raise me, Mom, and I'm thankful for all that you've done. But at the end of the day, you were my mom and that was your job. I don't think I'm obligated to do anything back for you. Besides, you were the one who went and cheated with Dad dad and got remarried to that horrible man. Not only that, but you two quickly started treating my sister like she was your only child, and I felt like I had no place at home.
Are you really speaking ill of the dead right now? When did you get so disrespectful?
Mom, I know how upset you were when he died, and I really was trying to pity you after he was gone. But I've reached my limits, and now I have to do what I can to protect my family.
Your family? Did you get hit in the head too? I am your family, Ben. You can't just take your wife's name and pretend like we don't exist. Besides, you don't even have any kids. How can you choose your wife over the rest of your whole real family? What did she do to turn you against us?
Enough, Mom! I seriously have had it with you! Regina is pregnant with our child, and as her husband and the father, it's my job to be there for them. And it's clear that keeping you in their life would only be a danger to both Regina and our child. I'm making the choice to protect my family from you. I never wanted it to come to this, but I never want to see you ever again.
Wait, Ben, you can't do this to me. Regina, what did you do to my son? He's blocked my number and he says he never wants to see me again. You knock some sense into this man right this second. Diane, you really need to face reality. If Ben says he never wants to talk to you again, then I'm not going to breach that wish. Oh, just shut up, you brat. You turned him against me and you're going to try and talk down to me? How dare you do this to me? But you still haven't beaten me, you know. I still have another child who I can go to for money. And you really think that your daughter is going to try to do that for you? You're welcome to try, but I don't think it's going to go the way you think. And just why is that, huh? Well, because I've already heard that you've been spending all your money on gigolos and hiring handsome men to go out with you. In fact, I've heard you sunk so much money into doing that you're quite a bit in debt now. Wait a second, how did you hear about all of that? Oh, don't you worry about that. But judging from your reaction, I take it that all of that is true. So, do you really think your daughter is going to help you out of this mess you made for yourself? I can't see it happening. After all, she already has 3 kids of her own. I seriously doubt she would be able to afford to send you the kind of money that you'd be hoping for. But Ben and I aren't giving you anything anymore either. You'll just have to learn how to make do with your savings and retirement money. Wait, so then Ben knows about all of this too? That's right. He knows about your bad habit and the debt it's gotten you in. Well, if you both know how much money I owe, then you have to help me. I won't be able to live if you don't keep sending me money. I'm afraid that you and I have nothing to do with each other anymore. You'll have to figure this out for yourself. This isn't a game. This is my life that we're talking about here. How could you do this to me? These are going to be the last messages you ever get from me, Diane. I've already reported what you did to me to the police, and you're going to be arrested for assault and fraud. Fraud? Are you kidding me? That isn't fair. You're just accusing me of false crime now. But you are guilty of fraud. This whole time you've led me to think that you could barely get yourself around, and that's why you needed so much help. But you had your knees replaced a couple years ago, and you've had no health problems since then. You've just been using me this entire time. But my legs were bad once. Doesn't that count? It doesn't. And especially not after how much of my own money you had me spending on you under this false pretense. Anyways, enjoy jail. After that, Diane was arrested and Ben agreed to never speak to her ever again. I suppose it's only natural that a woman who cheated on her husband would turn to paying men to shower her with attention. But I later heard from Ben that even his sister cut their mom off, and that Diane was truly left with no one she could turn to for help. I hear she had to take a couple of part-time jobs just to keep up with the interest payments on her debt. Meanwhile, Ben and I have been enjoying the quiet married life and are eagerly expecting the birth of our first child.